What's up, guys? We're here with another deck profile. So why don't you tell us who you are, what place you got, and what you're playing?
It's Nick. I'm sure you're tired of seeing me by now, but we managed to take first place this time. We finally didn't get sacked in the feature match. Playing Eldlich today. We're going back to the roots. We played it last week and we got dumpstered in the final match, so this time we managed to take it home. Shout out to the Nautical for getting owned by Golems match.
And Tikaboo.
And Tiki-Boo. That's all I got. Let's see.
All right, let's see this deck profile.
All right, so I'm not playing normal Traplich. I am kind of playing Traplich, but it's a little bit updated. So starting out with, of course, the two Golden Boy. If you play more or less of this, you're wrong. That's it.
You're just wrong.
You're just wrong.
No reasoning, just wrong.
Lord is heavily contested. A lot of people like to play it in the side deck. In fact, the Traplich builds that are going around a lot right now are only playing it in the side. I decided to put it in the main just to see how it would work, and I like it a lot in the main. If you see it, usually it's just a blowout, but if you don't see it, a lot of times it doesn't really matter. You do want to see this whenever you can, though, so I think 3 is too much, 1 is not enough. You can have the argument to play it in the side, but I like it in the main.
I noticed whenever we played in our feature match, there was a lot of times where you activated a trap or I activated a trap and you just never summoned it. Was there a particular reason? Was it you just forgot or just decided to keep it?
Not gonna lie, there was like one time that I forgot. But a lot of times you can just go main phase, activate this, set your things and pass, and then your opponent just can't blow you out. So unless it's evenly. So a lot of times when it just comes back to my turn, I'll just add it back, or sorry, unreveal it, and then do it again. And it's just forever protection from destruction. And then that way you can kind of hold your resources until you know that you're in a good spot where you can flip a floodgate or something and then summon this and then set anything while it's going to be very impactful. So you don't want to use this effect all the time to summon itself. A lot of times you can't because you're under like a Gozen match with a light guy on the field. But a lot of times you just want to use it to protect your stuff and then wait for the right time to summon it. So it matters a lot when your timing is on this. Next thing, we decided to go full Monkey today, so we're main decking 2 copies of Inspector Border. We were playing this at 3, but honestly I kind of wanted to dial it back. And it's good, but no time did I summon this turn 1 and have it matter. I summoned it turn 1 against Ancient Warrior Tri-Brigade and he just summoned an alpha and hit me. I summoned it turn 1, I think against Guru, and he just had the Imperm. And I think I summoned it turn 1 in game 2 against Ancient Warrior Tri-Brigade deck as well, and he also just Impermed me. So, it's insanely good. It's just a little high roll. If you open it and it works wonders. Sometimes it just doesn't do it.
Yeah, I hate that card. I lost in Dallas to that card.
Yes, sir. And then the 1 Ecclesia, punishment's broken, so you're just playing the 1 of this. That's all the monsters. We're playing 7. We're going back to the old days of Bubble Beat. We're playing 7 monsters. A lot of people just play the 3. I like this a lot. I think that it's worth trying out. 1 card of Demise. This card is still broken. I sided it out a couple times because I am maining so many monsters and I ended up siding in a couple of monsters. So I sided this out whenever I sided in any monsters. And I think it was fine. It's good. It's like fine. I cut down to 1 duality. I was playing 2 before, but I'm playing Lord and duality conflicts with that. And I'm playing some special summon monsters in the side deck and duality conflicts with that. So I wanted to minimize the times that this was going to conflict. So with both of the special summon restrictors, I'm only playing 1. This because I can only play 1 and this one because I opted for that. And to make up for that, I went into 3 Extravagance. Most builds play 2, 2, and 1, but I opted to go for the 3rd, and this actually mattered a lot. Against Guru, I resolved this 3 turns in a row. First one drew me into the second one, drew me into the third one. So I banished my whole extra deck for Extravagance, and it ended up mattering a lot.
Shout out to our match where you set it off of Lord and then
yeah, against your host in the finals. I summoned the Lord off of his own effect and then set this because I had no cards in hand. So I set this from the deck and go to draw phase, go to standby phase, and he just shotguns Lancia, and I just lose the Extravagance. So that was a big brain play by him and a small brain play by me, but it worked out well for him.
Let's go.
Still took the dub though. Didn't lose a game. That's all the spells. So traps. Of course, we're playing the 3 Scarlet. Card's insane. That's the only Eldlich you play. It's really, really good. Summon Eldlich from grave or deck. 3 Conquistador and 2 Hakero. These are the correct ratios. I thought about playing the one Guardian because I was seeing some Dragoon last week, but luckily I didn't see any Dragoon this week, so it didn't matter. Dragoon is a good option, though. Or, sorry, Guardian is a good option, but this is a correct ratios. 2 copies of Tikaboo. It's really good. You don't really ever care about only being locked into one zombie because usually your one zombie is enough, paired up with the rest of your back row. A lot of people play 2 Rivalry. I chose to play this instead because Rivalry is just kind of not great right now. But I think this is better. This card's insane. Of course, it just wins games on its own. IDP did not show up for me at all today. I resolved it once and it got me game. Sorry, I resolved it twice and it won me the game both times because it was just in battle phase summon a guy and attack. But I didn't really use it to stop any plays. It's fine. It's good for getting some surprise damage. But other than that, it wasn't a big deal today. Punishment, broken. The star of the show today, Gozen match. This honestly kind of won me every game except for against Guru. This didn't do anything against Guru, but against Live Twin in the finals and against Tri-Brigade Ancient Warrior in the first round, this card just ran things around. Your opponent has to play around this in most games. The only exceptions are like Fluwanderies and Guru and any other mono attribute decks. There's not a lot of those running around right now, so Gozen match I think is a must play right now. 3 Torrential also won me a couple of games today. This card's insane. Trouble Sunny gets owned by this card. Anything that's summoning multiple things after they think that they're exhausted of your resources, and you just flip this, and they just kind of sit there and look at you. In the Guru match, dude went normal summon Fiendus to summon another Fiendus. After I had no cards except for this set, I just flipped the Torrential, and I ended up winning that game. So, card's nuts. 3 Strike. It's Strike. I opted to play this over Judgment because I'm not seeing a whole lot of Duster game 1, but I figure if my opponent has Duster game 1, I'll just chalk that up to a loss and move on. Strike is more impactful in the long run because there's a lot of monster decks running around, especially here at Locals. Everything is monster centric right now, so I think that Strike is probably better in the main deck, but I guess that remains to be seen. It was very good today. Strike won me a couple games. After that, we're only playing 1 Trap Trick. I was playing 2 before, but honestly, I kind of hate this card. But it comes in clutch, but I don't ever want to see more than 1. So I think 1 is okay. I don't think playing 2 to see 1 is right. I think that you just play the 1, and if you see it, you see it, and it usually does a lot. So, insanely broken card that should be banned. Insanely broken card that should come back to 3. I will not elaborate further. That's all I have to say about Skill Drain. Moving to the extra deck, we are playing 1, 2, 3 copies of Entis. This card's insane. She's super broken. But Punishment sending this is almost always a +1. It just depends on what your opponent has. But this essentially tends to lock out some people because you can just pop 2. It's really insane. The 1 Titaniclad for the off chance you don't find the Ecclesia. The 1 Wind Pegasus if you need to get some retaliatory damage on. The 1 Omega to recycle, just typical Dogmatica stuff. The 1 Pleiades because all your trap cards are level 5 monsters. Came up once and won me the game, very important. Gaia Dragon for making on the Pleiades to make Zeus. Gustav, I had one time today where this would have won me the game, but it was banished off of Extravagance. This card is incredible, I love it. I still haven't got to resolve it yet, though. Sky Palace. This card's really good, but I haven't found a time to use it. This was a substitute for Libe, but you can detach 1 to destroy things, and you still get to make Zeus with it. Sorry, you don't get to make Zeus with it that turn, but you can use it to pop or to make Zeus because you can't attack when it uses its effect. So it's a little wonky, but it's what I had to substitute for the Libe. And he's 34, so you can send this on virtually anything with Punishment. The Zeus, broken. 1 Link Spider because you have a bunch of normal monsters in the form of trap cards. Lina, if you're playing against anything with a light monster and you've gone through your Ecclesia, you just use this to make access code. Lina, summon opponent's light monster, make Selene, summon back your Ecclesia and then make access code. And it's really cool, but usually you're only banishing one for the access code. A lot of times it's better to just maintain your advantage. So, going on to the side deck, there's going to be some weird stuff in here, but a lot of things actually did come up a lot. So we're siding the 3rd Inspector Border and the 3rd Lord. These were both pretty important. I had a couple of games where I sided this in, I had a couple of games where I sided this in. I think I had one game where I sided in both. And just having the extra consistency of being able to see either or is pretty important. There's a lot of times when you want to see it and it's more important in game 2 to protect yourself or to stop your opponent's monsters. I think that siding these is probably optional, but I really liked it. I think that these were really good. And then we're playing 3 Lava Golems. This did not come up at all today. I had an opportunity to use it against Live Twin, but I just had the Gozen match followed up with the There Can Be Only One, so it didn't matter. It just rotted in my hand all game, but this card's nuts. If you ever get to resolve it, you're probably going to win. This card plus Gozen match usually beats every deck because nothing plays fire. Then we're side decking the 3 Nadir Servants. The theory behind this is that I don't want Nadir Servant going first, like ever, because I just want it to send the Empress. Sending the Omega doesn't matter. The Wind Pegasus usually doesn't matter. This card just breaks boards, and it gives me an option that's essentially a Golden Lord, but it's only a -1 rather than -2. So, I like it a lot in the side deck. I feel like a lot of people will expect it in the main deck when they know that you're playing Ecclesia and Punishment. I like it in the side deck a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely, whenever you're going through your main deck, I remembered that you had played the Nadir during our match, and I was like, wait, where are the Nadirs at?
Yep.
I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
It lives in
it
the
doesn't
side
do
deck.
anything going first for you,
Exactly.
honestly.
Right. Then we're playing 2 Anti-Spell. I sided in one time, but I didn't see it. It's just really good against blowout cards. It's fine. This is pretty optional because you're playing IO, and if you're good, you draw IO. 2 Duster. I sided this in against Guru. I didn't see it, but it is good because there are some times where you can get blown out by other back row decks. Fogblade kind of sucks if you're playing the Inspector Border, but it's okay. And then Triple Judgment. Judgment comes in almost every time when you go first, especially if it's something that can be playing Pankratops or Alpha or Duster, things like that. So, card's very, very good. I don't think that it's needed in the main deck, though.
For sure. All right. Well, that was the deck profile. Do you have anyone to shout out or anything like that?
Shout out my brother, who's around here somewhere, for
He's over there.
yeah, you've seen him before, Roberto, for getting me back on Eldlich. Honestly, he kind of talked me back into going back to what I know and one of my favorite decks. So he kind of got me off of hopping between multiple decks.
Oh, so he's the one we need to take out back and.
Yeah, he's the reason for the monkey today, and he's the reason that I got it. So other than that, I think that it's just it's a good time to play Eldlich, even if it's not great. You can do a lot of good stuff with it, even if the deck is just flipping purple cards. A lot of people just lose to purple cards, and I think that's hilarious. I love that. So.
All right. Thanks for the deck profile.